All right, well, first of all, we'd like to extend our thanks for having us here to present. My name is Andrew Tusky, this is Callie Roseman and Regress. We are from Indiana University SPEA. We'd like to first extend thanks to Lawrence County Chamber of Economic Growth Council, the Mayor's Office, and the Indiana Trails Fund for all their help, as well as Professor Milwaukee, who cannot be here today. Bedford and Lawrence County have really been lucky getting the rail system that they had, and especially the Milwaukee Road was truly beneficial in economically developing the area, as well as the community. And as the decades have passed, the purpose has really changed, and today it is now becoming a trail. And this picture is actually one of the more current pictures that we have of the Milwaukee Road. And luckily we have a lot of community members involved that have really driven the process and have really helped out. So, what's so great about trails? As you may know, the Economic Growth Council's mission is to support the development of a quality of life that makes Lawrence County a superior place to live, work, and run a business. And we really think that trails can help contribute to the mission. First off, trails really help benefit the economy in terms of tourism and visitors. They bring in a lot of revenue when people come to visit. Also, areas that are businesses that have recreation products, they really benefit from people stopping by. For reference, the Monon Trail in Indianapolis they have risen the prices of houses by $13,000 if they're within about a half mile. For the youth, there's been an indication that they'd like to get more involved with the community, and we really think that the trail is a great way for them to be involved, as well as really kind of have an anchor in Bedford so that when they graduate, they can stay in Bedford and they really want to contribute to the community. As for health, a study shows that 30% of Lawrence County citizens say that they wish they could get more exercise. And obviously trails will really help this. In Bloomington, users of the Clear Creek Trail, 50% of them say that if they did not have the trail, then they would not get the exercise that they did. In terms of the community, this picture was actually taken about 2 weeks ago during the first build for the bridge. And I think it's a really great way for community members to get out, get involved, meet each other, and really help beautify the community. In terms of the environment, the trails help provide a really important aspect of protecting nature, including the Indiana State Path. Also, it helps protect waterways, such as Fire Creek, and it also provides for cleaner air.
This orange line represents the Milwaukee Railroad right-of-way as it will be developed within the city of Bedford. We're taking that first step to put about a 3-mile route trail through the city limits, and shows starting just north of downtown and ending just at the western portion of the city limit, with future expansion hopefully going all the way west to Gray. So that really serves as the backbone for our trail and loop system. So all of the colored, besides the orange, all the colored loops kind of spin off of this main rail trail. And each of those loops have sort of a theme, if you will, that accommodate a different type of user who wants a different kind of recreational activity, or is maybe wanting to walk a different distance. And we'll talk about each of these more specific here. Just to give you a reference, the rails to trails and then the limestone trail is actually incorporating sidewalks and different right-of-ways that the city owns that will be incorporated using wayfinding, and it's just really designating it on a map so that we can improve some of the sidewalks in those areas to be a loop system. So one potential loop is the downtown. We all know about the downtown revitalization plans. We really want to incorporate a loop that is themed with the downtown area so folks can walk around the square and visit those local businesses and cafes and whatnot. The second one is some of the historic districts. There are some beautiful homes that we could highlight. So, you know, the Bedford Hiking Club has a self-guided tour, so maybe we could take the form of having a brochure with all of those historic sites, and folks could just have more of a leisurely pace. These are about a 1 mile loop, something educational and fun for that type of user. Next, we have the routes to school. The Indiana Safe Routes to School has said there's a great lack of sidewalks and trails, and there are narrow roadways that make it really hard for children to walk to school. A few decades ago, almost half of children walk to school, but now it's about 15%. And on top of that, we have high instances of anxiety and stress in children, and of course the childhood obesity. So we really think that providing some kind of safe alternative and a system, a trail and walkway system to each of the major schools in Bedford would be a great opportunity. Also, this area right here, that's a future expansion eastward for the Milwaukee Railroad that could go all the way up to North Lawrence High School, which is more out in a rural area. And in terms of fitting into the city's comprehensive plan and the county's long-term 2020 vision, trails and alternative transportation are mentioned many times. Folks were asked, you know, what do you see in 10 years? And there are many instances where people said, you know, I want more opportunity to ride my bike somewhere else, or if we could connect all the way down to Spring Mill State Park and stop at various places to get a bite to eat, or those kind of recreational activities were really wanted by residents. This slide shows some regional connections. So the Indiana Department of Natural Resources offers this kind of trail mapping tour that you see to the left. And all of those purple and orangey squiggly lines are trails throughout, it's probably about a 20-mile radius from Bedford, which is in the middle. So as you can see, there's not much purple in the Bedford area, but there's a lot of potential for these spidering of trails to reach these other parks and systems nearby. And then to the right, that's Lawrence County. The city of Bedford's in the middle, and you can get a sense, most of the lines that you see here with the little hashes across them represent railroad lines, and those are potential for more rail-to-trail development.
So this semester, as we have been working in Bedford and talking with people, we've heard a lot of enthusiasm in the community for this idea. And hopefully you're starting to feel a little enthusiastic about it as well. So as we transition into this final section of our presentation, we're going to talk about what either you can do to take action, or as you're out in your community talking to interested people, what you can suggest to them for some ways that they can get involved with this. So this chart is our proposed suggestion of an organizational structure for the future trail organization. There's a small group of committed citizens and Indiana Trails Fund, City of Bedford, and Economic Growth Council that has been meeting to plan some of this. We suggest that they assume the role of a steering board, and then that 5 key committees come out from under that fulfill key functions of the trail organization. Those are public relations, getting the word out to the community and really drumming up support and excitement about the trail, budgeting, completing an annual budget, managing the funds, ensuring appropriate cash flows, doing some fundraising, writing grants, holding events, earning resources to sustain this program, programming, getting people on the trail, exercising in form of races, community walks, things like that. And then finally, the work projects the committee will be involved in construction initially, and then maintaining the trail and keeping it up, making sure that it's a great place for community members to go. So being part of the leadership of this organization, kind of spearheading the initiative and driving it forward is an excellent way to get involved. If you have professional expertise, such as financial management or civil engineering, those are key skills that are really important in developing the trail. On the slide here, we have plans drawn up by civil engineer Ralph Price, who's a citizen of Bedford and part of the trail group. And these are the plans that were used to build the first bridge on the trail. So people with skills like this are really highly appreciated, and you can donate your skills to forwarding the community's initiative. If perhaps you don't have skills like that, or you don't have a lot of time to donate, people can volunteer for a few hours on a Saturday morning doing trail construction, maybe learn a new skill, maintenance, or even staffing a race, manning a water stop or something like that. Those are good opportunities to put a few hours in, really donate your time and energy to making your community a closer and better place. And finally, funds are always appreciated for construction and maintenance, and also putting on events for the community. For funds specifically designated for the Milwaukee Road Trailway, the Indiana Trails Fund has offered to manage those, and so donations can be made to them with the designation for the Bedford Milwaukee Road section of the trail. And then there has been some talk about partnering with the Lawrence County Community Foundation to manage funds for the limestone trail system spreading out into the city of Bedford. I'm not sure that that relationship has been finalized, but that may be coming in the future. So we've really enjoyed working with this community over the semester. We're super excited about the vision that the community leaders have had about what a recreational trail system in Bedford can be like, and we're really excited to keep tabs on it for the next few years and see what develops. We thank you for your attention, and I'm not sure if we have time for questions, but we'll certainly be here if you have any comments or would like some follow-up information.
Anybody got any quick questions? Okay, thank you.